everybody, so I'm back again with YG Wigs Deep Wave Double Drawn Bow Hair, and this time I'm going to show you step by step on how to do this beach boho style that I've created. Stay tuned. Those of you that have not seen my other video, this is how the hair comes straight out the box. I always get the double drawn hair because it's thick from top to bottom, and it just always makes my knotless braids look full. Prior to starting the knotless braids, I always section my pieces off. It just saves so much time. The first time I ever did this style, I think it added like 2.5 hours to the service. So my recommendation, always section off the pieces of the knotless bohos before starting your client. So during this video, certain parts of it is going to be sped up, and then some parts is going to be slowed down to show you how I did it. Once I get to the third row from the back, I slow down and show you step by step on how to achieve the perfect boho braid. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes for me, that first row is always the hardest to part, only because most of my clients are very hairy like me, and the nape of the neck hairline is so uneven. It's always uneven, so I just have to figure out what will be the best part line for that first row. So I get this question a lot when it comes down to the boho knotless braids. I always get asked how many pieces do we add per braid, and it just all depends. It all depends on what density the client wants their hair. So if they want it really full, if they want it not as full, if they want it light, and then it also depends on the size that you're doing. Me, I typically add 5 pieces to one braid, including the piece that is at the end of the braid. So usually I do medium knotless for my boho styles, only because the smalls will take your girl out. They just take too long for me. I will only do it for upon request only, but normally it's just this medium size. And With this medium, it's gonna be between 3 to 4 rows from the top of the ear to the nape of the neck. So the first 2 rows are complete, and you can see the hair is already getting full quick. So just manage how much hair that you add as you go, because you don't want it to be too full for your client. If you do not know how to complete basic braiding skills, I do have a video on my channel that can show you step by step. So I always start off braiding twice before adding hair in. And if your clients want their roots to be fuller versus just the middle and the ends of the knotless braid, start adding that curly hair immediately. So as you add, you want to leave at least an inch that you're braiding within the braid and just flip the rest of the remaining of the curly hair up. And I always use 18 inches of braiding hair because you don't want to use too long of a hair, because I do shave off the remaining of whatever's left of the braiding hair. So the curly hair can be as is at the end, if that makes sense. So once I flip over to braid down, I go ahead and tuck her hair, and I also tuck the straight piece at the end of the curly hair so I can weave it in. This allows the curly hair to not slip out. A lot of girls complain about their curly hair slipping out from when they get their hair done by other people because they're not, weaving it in properly. Just always make sure you're braiding at least an inch or an inch and a half of that curly piece when you're doing your boho braids. The number one reason why I use YG Wigs brand of hair, it does not tangle. Oh my gosh, I used to use so many different brands from between the hair store and trying to do brand deals. They just send me horrible hair, and then the hair used to be like thick at the root and thin at the ends. Like with this hair, it's thick from top to bottom, and it's soft, it's curly, it washes well, it dries well, it keeps its texture. It's just amazing. And one thing I do love the most, again, does not shed. It does not shed. If you got a good braider, baby, this hair should not be shedding. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and let you all enjoy the video and catch up with you at the end. Oh wait, before I go, I did want to show that I knot the ends when I'm done braiding. And I try to knot with the braiding hair versus the curly hair. And in this moment, you can see that I kind of like shave off the rest of the braiding hair instead of like bluntly cutting it. And it just makes it seamless when it adds in and hides within the curly hair. And once I'm done with that, you guys, I'm going to head and dip the hair, and I promise you, you won't even see it. So I used to free part when I was first beginning to braid, but now I find it easier if I just part off the whole head when I'm doing a client. It makes the parts equal, it makes the squares equal, and it's also good on time. So I do see a lot of videos when stylists are cutting the boho hair, they cut straight across. Sometimes I don't like to do that because it just looks too blunt. Also, I give my client an option if they want it to be layered or not. So as you can see me cutting the ends, I'm kind of layering it just a little bit instead of just going straight across and cutting it. Once I dip it in hot water, I do just snip off the ones that are just a tad bit longer than normal, but nothing more than that. The second thing I love about this hair is I dip all of the hair in the hot water. This hair, y'all, again, is amazing. It's so freaking soft. It's so freaking soft. As you can see, with me dipping it in boiling hot water, the curls are there. The curls are healthy. The curls are beautiful. And the only reason why I am dipping all of the hair because it's different lengths when it comes down to these particular braiding braids. So the ends where I showed you where I sheared off the braiding hair, those have to be dipped in the hot water. So, you know, the whole head have to be dipped in order to get that reached within the hot water, if that makes sense. So the last steps I'm going to do is just snip off the little flyaways or hairs that are just a little bit longer to make them even. I'm going to throw some Lottie Body. Am I pronouncing that right? I think it's Lottie Body. The Lottie Body mousse. And then I'm going to just spray her down with some oil sheen. I just want to take a moment and thank YG Wigs again. Y'all look at this hair. It is gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. It's so full. It's so beautiful. And this is the hair. This is my go-to hair all summer 24 to do these beach bohos on my client. So I'm just going to show you how versatile this style is just by flipping it up and down. Just to show you guys the fullness, the versatility, just everything. Thank you again, YG Wigs. If you are interested in purchasing this hair, everything for this hair will be linked below, and all the products that I use in this video will be linked below as well. Thank you, ladies, for watching. See you soon.